Hi everyone, SimAgent42 here, and I'm hoping to wrap up the training simulations today in Microsoft Flight Simulator. First, solo navigation, fly from A to B entirely on your own. I'm guessing this is going to be a sort of solo version of the number 7 mission, which I've done twice now. From Flagstaff to Sedona. Okay, so it's sort of the reverse. Drawn all previous flight training to perform a complete VFR flight without any assistance from the instructor. I guess another one of my critiques of this game is that, like, they introduce all this flight lingo without actually fully defining it. Like, you know, if I didn't already know what VFR was, I don't think there's anything in this training that tells me that it is visual flight rules. As compared to what? You know, instrument flight rules. So let's give it a shot here. Heading indicator should be manually realigned with the compass. Rule of thumb. Well, I thought the training instructor is not there on this mission. Airspeed and rate of descent reduces such a blend low enough rate. I think these are also going too fast. Alright. Let's check my throttles here. Yeah, my mixture definitely likes to creep forward. So, just keep an eye on that. I'll say ready to fly.
Are you ready for this? You are going solo on a full VFR flight. You'll be departing Flagstaff Pulliam Airport, handling every navigational step on your way to Sedona. From takeoff to touchdown, it's all you. Don't worry though, even if I'm not with you in the cockpit, I'm always with you in spirit.
Gee, thanks. Alright, so what's our heading right now? Heading is 030. And we're going to take off and then come right, I guess, to a heading of 163. Well, I guess we want to come over the airport, right? Isn't that what they say? So right now, what's our altitude? Our altitude is roughly 7,000 feet. So we'll climb to 8,000 and then swing back over the airport. And then come to a heading of 163. Alright, let's throttle up and go for it here. Get a few more RPMs here. Airspeed is alive. $60 knots. 70, easing back on the stick. And we're up. Positive rate. Let's get some climb going. They still haven't told me what those VOR indicators are for. I dimly remember reading about it in some flight manual back in the 90s, but still haven't told me what it's for. Climb around the airport to reach 8,000 feet. Too much speed here, passing through 7,500. Trying to keep our rate positive, but also maintain some speed. they're not telling us at all about radio protocol, or what's expected. I don't know, part of me wishes there was like an advanced series of tutorials. But I guess after completing these, what I might have to do is I might just have to like ask the internet for that. So if you have any piloting knowledge and want to share it with me in the comments, please feel free. Set cruise altitude. Well, we're not quite at 8,000 yet. Alright, we're gonna come there. Position aircraft above runway center. Alright, so we're gonna come around to the left here. Kind of standardizing the left traffic. Swinging around here. There's my runway. Right? Yeah. Okay. So what's our heading now? Our heading is about 200. So we're leveling out here. I'm gonna... There we go. All the way up to 8,300 feet. Pull a bit of throttle out, I think. Okay. Are we above the runway yet? Can't see it. But I feel like I should be above the runway center. Start stopwatch and reach Munns Park Golf Club. So flying heading 163. I'm gonna call that roughly figure it out. Kind of do a bit of yaw here to bring me. There we go. All right. So maybe these gauges are not quite as accurate as digital readouts because they're analog. So, you know, we're just trying to kind of keep it on course here. 1 minute 25 out of our 6:49 leg. Can I see that highway off to the right? Or what was on my left on the way out? Also feels like it's later in the day. Climbing on me. backing off the throttle will help keep it sort of level. I have no idea what I'm doing. Worst flight instruction ever. I don't know. Maybe worst is a overstatement. Jess seems friendly enough. Alright, 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Yeah, of course, again, they don't tell me what speed I should be flying to make this alleged 6 minutes, 49 second leg. But, so that's the key point of interest that they keep pointing me at. The auto camera is behind us, so I guess that's the airport. But, yeah, we've nicely zeroed out our rate of climb here, which is nice. Maybe just a little bit low, descending a little, which is fine, because I feel like we were ascending, you know, too much initially. Right around 8,500 feet right now. You know, I'm used to playing Kerbal Space Program where everything is in meters. So we'll see. 4 minutes, 12 seconds. Now, when I'm doing these slow, gradual, like, pitch up and down, it's sort of in response to throttle. I'm not putting any inputs on the stick. And I guess I was just wondering, like, I trust Microsoft and Asobo have done enough research to, like, model this realistically, at least. But I'm curious as to the physics behind why this happens. Is it a differential between the lift generated by the tailplane and the wings? Minutes 28. Well, we've crept crept a little too far south, I realize, on our heading. So before we get too far off course, I think I'm going to correct a little to the east. Come around to set, you know, heading 150. Try to keep that. Can we see out the... So there's the external. I don't see the golf course. Let's hop back inside. We're not quite there yet. Alright, we're 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds out according to the timer. So we'll see what happens here. Now, I notice they're not giving us these markers in the sky anymore. So, can we, is that the golf course there? Should be fairly easy to spot. Giant patches of grass. The air. Oh, there it is. I mean, we're We're plus 30 seconds at this point. And so our next turning is to heading 221. I'm going to zoom out again. Can I reset with this button? I can. Restart stopwatch, pause, reset, start, come left, come right, heading 221. Now, I was approximately how long? I feel like I was like plus 1 minute, and I don't think I'm flying any faster now. So, oops. Maybe if it tells me 4:57, maybe I should expect closer to 6 minutes. Maybe 4:40 or something like that. 4:45. See the airport yet. That's not necessarily a problem. Do like a slight descent. Since I think that Sedona is at a lower altitude than Flagstaff Pulliam is. Starting to drift there. There is a known issue with the joystick that I'm using. I'm using the Logitech X56 here, and what's going on is that there's a bit of play in the center position. So depending on sort of like the resting mass of the joystick, it can like be leaning against one side or the other and giving me this very gentle roll to one side or the other, or even pitch or pitch up or pitch down. So I'm just trying to manage that a little. I do need to sort of take it apart to fix it, because apparently it's just like a manufacturing defect that, or not a manufacturing defect per se, but it's like it's a design flaw with the way this stick is produced. And so I've read a couple message boards for ways to fix it. Essentially using a piece of film to shim the center stock to get it to center better and to take up any of the play that people are experiencing. So hopefully I can get that fixed in the next few days before I jump out on some of the longer flights and longer missions here. I'm going to pull back a touch of throttle to get us sort of trending downwards. Bit of haze in the air. Land on runway 3. So runway 3 is not runway, whatever the 2-1. I have to do that math in my head, or get better at doing that math. And so if it's left traffic for runway 3, means I need to come along, so it means I need to head right of the runway. Is that it up there? Oops. I don't know. Alright, so our ETE time is now Mark. So we are now Mark plus a couple seconds. I'm going to try to do this from inside the cockpit. Because I feel like, oh, there, I'm directly over the runway. The runway is there. So I'm going to start descending. And I'm going to probably do a long final because it's going to take me a while to bleed off this altitude. Do you have a way of looking up the altitude of that airstrip? I know it told me at the beginning of the mission, but it's not telling me now. I think it was like 4,400 feet? Or 5,400 feet? Something like that. Am I off axis enough as well? Maybe. Alright. I'm going to try to take this a little wider. What do my RPMs look like? 1400 RPM. Okay. Still coming down. Coming down 6,200. I think I'm going to make my turn in a couple Mississippis here. Yeah. Alright. Turning left base. I feel like this is going to be a little tighter than I want it to be, so I'm going to do a 30-degree turn. Try to see the runway coming up here. So going to add a degree of flaps. Oh, I am way low. Okay. We're going to try to climb a bit here. This is a really bad approach, and I'm like way too tight. I could have taken that, made that a much larger turn. Okay, so I'm on the glide slope. I've got two white, two red. Alright, pulling the power out. I'm going to try to come in. A little low. Pull up here. Alright. Making it easy, nice and easy. I add another notch of flaps. Probably way too aggressive of a maneuvering, but you know, I'm learning. Alright, we're over the apron. Reducing power to idle, holding it off. Alright. And gonna just ease the brake in. Looking for that next taxiway. Alright, and pulling off.
Welcome back, and well done. It's clear you're ready to fly anywhere on your own now.
I doubt that.
Where to next?
Well, I've got some ideas.
Some people say the sky's the limit. I say, it's just the beginning.
Yeah. Okay, so a little rocky, not as clean as I would like, obviously, but, you know, I think that's the training done. Now we can, like, look at some of the more interesting stuff. I'd like to try out some of the other planes. I'd like to try to sort of explore my neighborhood a bit, starting from my home airport here, or my local airport. I'll do the thing where I fly over my house, but maybe you guys don't need to see that. And then I'll try to explore some interesting areas here in Southern California, and maybe in South Florida as well, which is where I'm originally from. So if you guys stick around for that, great. If not, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.